And we are back. Raiders franchise. In the last episode, we defeated the Broncos in what will be most likely game of the series. I would argue it's game of Madden. I mean, that was probably the best game of Madden I've ever had to experience. 49-43 overtime victory. Absolutely amazing game. Granted, they definitely didn't want the Broncos to win, but we won it nonetheless. In this episode, we're going to be watching this Bills game with a lot on the line. If we win, we clinch our division and we clinch the number one seed in the AFC. If we lose, we still have a chance, depending on what happens with Baltimore and the Chargers. Uh, if we if we need the Chargers to, okay, if assuming we lose, if the Chargers also lose, we would lock up the division. If the Ravens also lose, we would lock up the one seed. We need the Chargers to lose first off. Even if the Ravens lose, we're still not guaranteed at the one seed because then the Chargers could just beat us and we would drop to the five. We're basically guaranteed the one, two, or five seed with a win guaranteeing the one. And then, some details if we do lose. We do play the Chargers in week 18, though, so should be a very fun game. We're going to go ahead and hop right into this game. Looking at the injuries, we're without Antonio Johnson and Jarius easily there without a few guys. Hopefully, we're able to take advantage of that. Show off the lineup, and then we'll get right into it. Lineup's pretty much the same besides the two guys. Jason Biddle is going to be filling in for Jarius Easley. And then we have Craig Woodson as our backup strong safety at the moment. He's probably going to, we have the roster spot for him, so we're probably just going to keep him on it for the rest of the year, filling in place for Antonio Johnson. But huge game here. Bills looking to keep their playoff aspirations alive. We probably should have showed off the playoff picture, but Bills currently not in the playoffs. They are right outside looking in, though, with the Jets being 9-6, leading the way in the division. So they are looking to, that's actually their easiest path in, is by leapfrogging the Jets. Because the 7th seed is actually the Broncos, who have 5 losses compared to the Jets, who have 6. So it's actually more beneficial for them to win the division. But Jets is going to pick up the first down there, getting us started. Speaking of Broncos, they're playing the Cowboys. 7 yards to Douglas brings up 3rd and inches. We pick it up with Genty. 5 yards to Best. Chiefs and Chargers playing each other. 23 yards to Best. The Broncos, I actually think, might have 6 losses. The Chiefs have 5. I kind of got them maybe mixed up. But currently, the AFC West, which is the division we're in, all in the playoffs as Besh is down to a 2-yard line, bringing up second and goal. With us currently at the 1 seed with a chance to lock it up today. Chargers at the 5, Chiefs at the 6, and the by the way, touchdown D'Angelo Favors from 2 yards out. And the Broncos at the 7. Chargers, by the way, have also clinched a playoff spot. They are just playing for seeding. They will most likely end up with the 5 seed unless something changes. 12 yards to Josh Palmer. 6 yards to James Cook. Then loses to his Cook, so 3rd and 6. They get 8 yards to Shakir and a first down. 4-yard rush by Cook. 8-yard rush by Josh Allen's going to pick up the first. Cook then loses free. 7-yard pickup by Allen brings up 3rd and 6. 12 yards to Shakir is a first down, going to put them in the red zone. By the way, Ravens playing the Colts, who are 5-10. So Ravens definitely do have a favorable matchup. Down goes Allen. Max Crosby gets in the backfield. It's going to be a loss of 4 there. 2nd and 14 now, back at the 22. Complete. That's going to be Khalil Shakir, bringing up 3rd and 6 up to the 15. Pickup of 8. 3rd down. That's going to be a 1st down completion to the 4-yard line to number 88. Harold Fannin, the tight end, on the catch there. Bringing up 1st and goal. Bills don't have to call another play before the end of the quarter. They're going to line up like they will, and they will hike it. And it's almost caught off the deflection. Bounces off of Matt Royster. Then into the hands of Harold Fannin. But Royster able to knock it out. 2nd and goal now from the 4. We see a man in motion. It's going to be a screen pass. Nothing doing there. Eddie Kirkland was in front of James Cook, so just kind of throws it in the direction to avoid grounding. 3rd and goal now from the 4. Allen pressured, throwing on the run, complete. What a completion to Khalil Shakir to pretty much end the quarter. There is 1 second left, but let's be honest, nothing's happening in that 1 second. Yep, touchback. Kicking off quarter number 2, Genty's going to lose 3 yards. And then another 3, so 3rd and 14. 11 yards for Douglas. Respect the effort, but going to be short of the 1st down. A.J. Cole punts for a touchback. 8-yard rush by Allen, 3rd and 2. 7-yard rush by Cook is a 1st down. 10 yards to Keon Coleman. 7 yards to Josh Palmer is going to bring up 3rd and 3. They get 8 with Coleman. That's a 1st down. 9-yard rush by Cook. Oh my goodness, we are getting torched on the ground game. 11 yards for Palmer. They're cooking us. Chargers and Chiefs play each other. So we're right now very big Kansas City fans. That's going to be a screen pass that's going to do absolutely nothing. Keon Coleman on the catch. Ronnie Hickman all over it. Going to actually lose about half a yard. 2nd and 10 now from the 20. Allen completes to Harold Fannin. Pick up a 4 as Matt Royster is immediately there to wrap him up. We'll bring up 3rd down and 6 from the 16-yard line. And that's complete to Keon Coleman. There is a flag on the play. And it's going to be coming back as Matt Langford, the left tackle, couldn't keep his hands to himself. 3rd and 16 now, back at the 26 after the holding penalty. Allen just going to loft one up, almost intercepted by Royster. Ball is incomplete though, and it's going to be a 43-yard field goal try. And the kick is up and good. So Buffalo has the lead now, 10-7. Tony Truesdell. Nine-yard reception to Douglas. Incomplete pass, 3rd and 1. 11 yards to Brock Bowers. Sean Dolick injured on the play. Genty loses 4. Oh my goodness, he is just getting tackled in the backfield over and over. 12 yards to Genty is enough. Well, wasn't enough for 1st, but 9 yards is. 4-yard rush by Genty. 14-7 Ravens lead over the Colts. 8 yards for Besh. Going to be just outside the red zone. Inside 2 minutes, we're going to hop into slow motion for the rest of the half. Jackson completes to Bowers. Going to be a pickup of 9 up to the 12. We don't need to be in a big hurry, all right? We're at the 12, pretty close to the end zone. Genty bulldozes a man. 1st and goal to the 8. Timeout Bills, their first. Genty on the carry, up to the 4. Genty averaging 2.7 yards per carry right now. Gotta hope he turns it up in the 2nd half, because not a great showing. Little flip pass to Bowers, who's gonna just barely get into the end zone. 14-10, we lead, assuming the extra point's good. It is. 14 yards to Keon Coleman. Oh my goodness, I completely forgot. 2nd and 6 from the 48, 23 seconds left. Bills, no timeouts. Down goes Allen. Jason Biddle. You got to imagine this. If I'm them, I'm spiking the ball, calling a Hail Mary. Allen going to get sacked again. Ball's out. And that's going to be heartbreaking as that gives us a field goal try of 61 yards. Holy shit, what is happening? Way off. Had the power. 14-10, we lead at half. Looking at the halftime show, we got two teams probably eliminated, the Buccaneers and Falcons, both 5-10, pretty much just playing for the rivalry. And it's going to be an absolute blowout, 44-13. Falcons handle business at home. Buccaneers, well, that's a sad way to pretty much end the season. There is one game left, but I mean, you're all but done. Bears and Steelers. Bears already done for the year. Steelers fighting for their chance. Bears maybe looking to play home wrecking or whatever they call it. Spoiler, that's what they call it. Trying to, ruin their chances. 10-3. Steelers lead at the half. Final game. This should be a good one. Eagles 49ers. Potential playoff preview as two teams who are in prime positions for playoff spots, but probably not have clinched yet. It's going to be the Jalen Hurts to A.J. Brown connection, but they are tied at 14 at halftime, so we'll see who's able to escape with the win. Looking at the seeding, Bengals are eliminated. I don't know why they're showing up. It is between the Steelers, Bills, and Browns are all 8-7 on the outside looking in, with Denver at 9-6 being that wild card spot. For the Bills, though, they do benefit from their division as the Jets are also 9-6, could potentially jump them there. Obviously, if they'd like that to happen, they're going to have to win. They are currently losing in what could be an elimination game for them if they lose. Won't quite be over until we know the result of the Jets game or the Broncos game, because technically if they also lose, at least one of them, they are still alive. They would just need an absolute miracle. 3rd and 8, the Bills pick it up with Keon Coleman. He gets 13, and then Eddie Kirkland commits a 15-yard penalty. James Cook rushes for 6 yards. 7 yards for Coleman. Oh, they're at we'll hop in slow-mo anyway. They're at the 27. I thought 17. Fine. Lions, by the way, leading 17-7 on the Vikings. Lions looking to get into playoffs. Vikings maybe still have a chance, but it is very far-fetched if they still do. 2nd and 7 now, up to the 23-yard line. James Cook is exhausted, it looks like. As Allen rolling out, he's going to be brought down by number 7. Is that Aiden McCann? Third and 13 now, back at the 29. There's pressure. Allen just lofts it up. And oh my goodness. Kalen Robinson just got mossed by Keon Coleman. 17-14, Bills lead. Kalen Robinson's he's our tall corner as well. That's ridiculous that he, out of all, got mossed. Genty loses it too. They are phenomenal stopping the run game. 26 yards, or 28, excuse me, even better to Genty. 27 yards to Douglas. Jets currently leading 10-3, so if the Bills were to lose this game, And the Jets game were the whole. This one's looking like both are a close one. Don't get me wrong. One score separating both games. Jackson checks down to Bowers. Going to be a 3-yard pickup. Can't complain. Second and 7. We go handoff to Genty. They're there to stop it again. 3rd and 5. Genty barely averaging over 2 a carry. Shaw Jackson tries to make some magic happen, but going to be well short, and we're probably going to kick the field goal. I probably should have stayed in check, but oh well. Eagles lead 21-14 now. We do kick the field goal, so we're tied at 17. "21 yards to Josh Palmer. Aiden McCann injured on the play. 4th down, a long field goal or punt. They're going to elect the punt. He pins us at the 5. 17-3 now. Steelers lead over to Bears. Not looking good if you're Chicago. Obviously, you know, your season's over, but you would have probably loved to play spoiler. Packers and Saints should be a good one. Packers, you know, currently the 1 seed, I believe. And the Saints were once 9-1 or 8-1, now 9-6. 13 yards to Shakir. Cowboys and Broncos, by the way, they play later on. Torrey Hort, 8 yards, 3rd and 2. They got a 31-yard touchdown. Same with Chargers, Chiefs. So we are trailing 24-17 to the Bills here in the 4th. Granted, the 4th did just start, but... And then we throw an interception very first play. Oh, no. We might be in a potential winning in Week 18. Well, Jonathan Costanza gets 10 in a 1st down. We're already in, but very well could depend on who gets the number 1 seed. And if that's the case, I don't know what the tiebreaker would be between the Chargers and the Ravens. Khalil Shakir is going to manage 3 yards there. 2nd and 7. 1st down is technically still possible for the Bills, but less than half a yard separates the end zone and the 1st down line. And it doesn't matter anyways. Josh Palmer is going to go ahead and reach across the pylon. 31-17. Bills lead. Raiders now potential desperation mode. 11 yards to Marco Fernandez. 6-yard rush by Genty. 2nd and 4. Penalty on BJ Ojolari is going to be an automatic 1st up to the 39. Genty with a yard. 5-yard rush by Jackson. 3rd and 4. See, this is why I got to hop in. No reason to go to kick the field goal. Absolutely none. And we throw an interception. It was a tough window, granted, with pressure. And we're definitely going to be in a situation Week 18 because 35-10, the Ravens have won. Let's just you know, make that known now. So it's a good thing we beat the Broncos then, because we would be in a bit of trouble if we didn't. 4th and 17, we're going to force a punt. So this is, in my opinion, our kind of final chance. I'm going to hop in for a few plays. Bills, respect to them, they've taken care of business. They are 6th in the league in their takeaways, and they do have 2 today. So living up to that defensive hype. I mean, they have 100 more yards than us. Jets do hold the lead over the Dolphins, though. So even with this Bills win, they are in a guaranteed spot. They're going to be, you know, win and some help Week 18. Demario Douglas puts on the burners. 1st down to the 26. He's competing for the receiving crown. trying to get the most yards in the league. While missing time, by the way, so he's had a very good season. And they're there to stop it, and we fumble. But thankfully, we pick it up. Oh, my days, dude. My heart stopped for a second. That was absolutely terrifying. And then we sail the ball. All right, 4th down. I said it. This is pretty much our last chance. D'Angelo Favors. What a play. We're going to watch a replay of that. That was absolutely amazing. Catches it. Gets the angle. Cuts back inside. Breaks a tackle. And he's... Yeah, we are going for 2. Maybe we don't have to. But I'd much rather be in a situation of 6 points than 7. Because even if we failed, it would be 8 points. So 31-25 now, we trail. 24-21, Eagles lead over 49ers. They're in a great game. At the end of this game, by the way, we will talk about playoff seedings for every team. 8 yards to Coleman, 7 yards for Cook. Sacked by Eddie Kirkland. We should probably hop into slow-mo. We take a timeout. Bears 17-10. They are making a late push, trying to play spoiler on the Steelers. Josh Allen with his X Factor glowing. But he overthrows Josh Palmer, had him in the middle of the field. Might not have even been a catch because he probably would have been hit immediately after, but would have got him close to the first. 3rd and 16. Allen looking. Pressured. Able to get it away, and it's incomplete. Kyle Hamilton breaks it up. Josh Palmer, the intended target. And we're going to force the punt. So help me if there's a penalty on this punt. Okay, good. .237 and 2 timeouts. We trail by 6. And it's pretty obvious, you know, we need a touchdown to take the lead. Maybe not win, because, you know, we'd have to see how they do. 1 yard pickup for Marco Fernandez. I mean, listen, it's a yard, all right? Better than nothing. And they're there to stop the run again. Holy shit, they know our run plays. What the? What? What? I'm backing out. What just happened? I'm hoping that play didn't count. Seriously, y'all saw that. What just happened? And of course it did count. What the fuck was that? We have to punt it here. 19 yards? I personally don't think we got 19 yards in us. Chase, there's no way. The game just actually made up for whatever the heck happened to Rashad Jackson. I don't know if like it glitched and we went across the line of scrimmage, but why did he dive? Why didn't he throw the ball? The only time it does that is it's a run. By the way, I did this intentionally because I knew I wasn't going to be able to hit stick with Max Dunn. But DeAndre Hughes absolutely lays him out, and we just struggle picking up the ball. Thankfully, Chase Bayless is able to get it. We're obviously going to go for the extra point. Oh my days. I thought we were going to doink it and miss somehow. Throwaway by Josh Allen. I just realized we're in normal mode. We want to be in slow motion. 2nd and 10 from the 30. Bills with all 3 timeouts, so they don't have to do it this drive. They could potentially punt it and have to get the stop with their timeouts. But Khalil Shakir is going to say, screw that, and he's going to go to distance on the 2nd play. Don't know what happened there. Defensive breakdown. As it was one-on-one, misses the tackle, and next thing you know, he's gone. And Matt Royster's there to make the tackle. So this is it pretty much if you're the Raiders. Touchdown or bust. Obviously, we do have the 2 timeouts, so we don't have to rely on it, but 2 timeouts is a lot worse than 3. We're talking 40 seconds. 70 yards. Does Rashad Jackson have a miracle in him? We're going to go ahead and let him hop in and do his thing. 70 yards. Jackson checks down to Genty. Nothing doing. Only going to manage a yard. For the amount of time that took, not ideal. Especially when you look, everyone ran downfield. So that's going to take a lot of time off with them having to come back. First down to Mario Douglas. Uses every little bit of, arm length he has to get that first down. Almost intercepted. Tried to hit Marco Fernandez, but the safety or corner, whoever it was, right there. Whew. 2nd and 10 now from the 40. Douglas shots it. By the way, we did take a timeout, so we have to get it now. If we fail to convert, if we fail to score a touchdown, Buffalo is going to get the win. Marco Fernandez with a huge run after the catch up to the 28th, first down. 50 seconds to go. With it being a big play, we got to run up to the line. What are we doing? Are we calling a play or are we spiking it? With 43 seconds left, we spiked the ball. 28 yards separates us winning or losing. Granted, Bills with 3 timeouts might have a chance, and they stop Genty. Third and 12. Emmett Harrington and Darren Hall out there. 4th and 6, 24 seconds left. This is the game. If we fail to get 6 yards, Buffalo's going to get the win. Alford out there. Bowers, Emmett Harrington in there instead of Jack Besh. It's complete to Harrington, but we're not going to get the first. And they can just kneel it. Well, here's my logic. Right, you look at the coverage. Demario Douglas or Brock Bowers. Bowers is double teamed. Alford, definitely not going to get it. With the pressure coming, I had to make a choice. Maybe Fernandez didn't look like he created space. It was really Emmett Harrington or bust. We just had to hope he was able to create enough space to get the first down. He ends up about 1.5 yards short. So they obviously are just going to kneel this one out. We're not going to take our timeouts because, well, that's scummy to do. Obviously, we have no chance. We're not going to hope that they fumble it or anything. All right, 37-32. That Khalil Shakir play, I mean, that's just great job by him. Nearly, I mean, 650 yards between the two, pretty much. It was a great game. 8 touchdowns, 2 interceptions made the difference. But other than that, Genty absolutely blanketed 41 yards on 18 carries, 2.2 average, and he fumbled as well. Douglas did his thing, 6 for 112, 4 for 39 for both Besh and Genty, 4 for 27, and a touchdown for Bowers, 3 for 44 for Fernandez, 3 for 22, and 2 touchdowns for D'Angelo Favors. Only 2 sacks, Ezekiel Alford and Charles Grant. 13 tackles for N'Kobe Dean, 3 TFLs for Crosby, 2 for Dean, 2 sacks for Biddle, 1 for Crosby, McCain, and Kirkland. No turnovers. We did have a free, obviously the special teams one, but that doesn't count. Missed the field goal, punting, 55-yard average. We cannot blame him for that, especially when I was the one who did the kick. But I mean, it's a different situation as well. If we make that kick, we're looking at a field goal game. Khalil Shakir 8 for 149 and 3 touchdowns. We absolutely got cooked by him. All right, so here's week 18. The Chargers lose, so we are guaranteed a number 2 seed at worst. But here's the situation. We need to win, or we need to hope the Ravens, who play the 9-7 Lions, not impossible, lose. That is our path to the 1 seed. If we lose and the Ravens win, we could still potentially get the 1 seed, but it's not guaranteed. Looking at the playoff path, though, the Bills are up to the 8th spot. With that loss by the Broncos, the Chiefs end up beating them. Chiefs punch their ticket in. Broncos now need to win and some help. Steelers currently have it, but you have the Steelers, Bills, Browns, and the Broncos all tied at 9-7, fighting for that final wild card spot. Obviously, the Bills do have a chance in as well with winning their division against the Jets. They would need to win and the Jets to lose. Who the Jets play the Texans, so good luck. Bills play the Browns, so one of them aren't going to get in, whoever it is most likely. Jets still could potentially get in as well if a loss. They would drop 10-7. So that means there's pretty much 5 teams fighting for the final wild card spot, with 2 of them potentially fighting for their division. But yeah. So very interesting to see what's going to happen in this Week 18 game. Obviously, we're going to be watching it because we're fighting for the 1 seed. I mean, it's pretty obvious. But going into the game, we're going to be without Antonio Johnson and Ben Tover. That's his actual name, guys. I didn't change it. I keep mentioning it because genuinely, it's such a funny name. And also, we're fighting for a few awards. Obviously, Rashad Jackson currently leading the league in passing yards. Unfortunately for Genty, that rush there is probably going to do it for his hope at getting the league leading rushing yards, as he is a little under 200 behind. So, going to take a bit of a miracle between Juwan Baker, Martin Hampton, Jameer Gibbs, Clyde Pierman, Isaiah Pacheco, Josh Rutherford. Or excuse me, he's a bit over 300. I was wrong. A bit over 200. Josh Jacobs most likely has it, as he does have near 100 yards ahead. But then receiving, we see Jamar Chase with a pretty close battle with a few guys. Jane Higgins, his own teammate, JSN, and Brendan Ayuk, all right there within 20 yards of each other. You also have, some dark horses. Jefferson a little over 100 away. Same with Romeo Dobbs. But we got Demario Douglas here at 1207 at number 8. That's crazy. Yeah, he just put up, 100 plus yards and still 8th. Which sucks too, because look, he played 13 games. I mean, if he plays all 16, we're looking at him potentially being that, number one guy. But that is going to do it for this episode. In the next episode will be our regular season finale. We already know we're in the playoffs. It's just going to be a matter of are we the 1 or the 2 seed. Obviously, we're going to be watching this game against the Chargers. Just another reminder, a win or a Ravens loss would give us the 1 seed. If we lose and the Ravens win, then some tiebreaker is going to decide it. I don't know what it's going to be, but we haven't locked it up yet is all I know. With that being said, hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Goodbye.